What I'm about to say is gonna make me sound like a huge pussy, but NieR Replicant was the first game to make me cry.
You're a fucking pussy.
Hey, you keep your fucking mouth shut! NieR Replicant is heavily story driven, and holy shit does it have a good fucking story. This was my first NieR game, and it fucking shocked me how much I loved it. Since NieR Replicant is a remake of NieR, I hear that it does such an amazing job at being a remake that it makes the original unplayable. Now, there were many problems with the first game, and the biggest one being gameplay. I'll go into detail later, but NieR Replicant fixes the game a lot.
Actually, the game is called NieR Replicant version 1.22474487713.
NieR Replicant follows the adventure of a boy without a name. I don't know, is it NieR? I don't fucking know. And his three friends, Kaine, the waifu, Emil, the kind, sweethearted skeleton boy, and Grimmeyer Weiss, a smart-ass talking boat with a silly accent. The game manages to make all these characters likable, which isn't very easy to do. I felt for the characters in the story, and whenever something big occurs, you're just left there like, damn, shoddy.
Guess who's my favorite?
Who?
The girl with the tight ass.
Kaine?
Yeah, sure. Do you know how hard it is to find good porn of her?
Oh yeah, wow. Can you just let me do my thing? They go on a journey to find a cure for the boy's little sister, Yona, who has a terminal fucking illness. You meet a bunch of wacky fuckheads on your journey, like this couple that constantly has feuds with each other, or this guy whose mom died. You explore a few locations, but they all manage to be memorable. Sometimes the scenery is dull, but other times it's like, it's so big! The game does start off a little slow, but once you get past that, it's all fucking boners. I don't want to go in depth into the story because I really want you to experience it yourself. You get attached to these characters and really feel for them. It's hard to talk about without giving anything away, so fuck you.
You know what else is hard?
Shut the fuck up! Alright, little kids, gather around. Just imagine if your crush kicked you in the balls, called you Tiny Dick, and started going out with Tyrone. That's how sad the story gets. It's not afraid to get fucked up. The events that take place will leave you in your fucking chair with your mouth wide open. Wide enough to fit 4 cocks in there. It's literally the definition of tragic. Bruh. Despair. Fucked. Hopeless. All that sad shit.
That sounds kinda personal.
You told me that story. This game really gets fucking carried by the story since the gameplay isn't all too special. That doesn't mean it's bad or anything, it just means it's super basic. It feels like a typical hack and slash with the usual button mashing. But there is one thing that adds value to the gameplay. This bozo. Grimmeyer Weiss, or however the fuck you pronounce his name, allows you to use magic attacks. You get a whole variety of options. So while you're mashing your fucking balls off, you can charge up an attack to then BOOM! You have 3 types of weapons at your disposal. One-handed swords, two-handed swords, and spears. What you choose doesn't really matter. Even though it affects speed and damage, you can still get by easily with any of them. I didn't do this, but you can put words on your weapon to improve it, but this game isn't all too hard. Even on hard mode, all it does is make the enemies sword sluts, meaning they can take a fucking beating for a long ass time. Just play it on normal. The variety of enemies is okay, to say the least. I mean, you're just fighting different types of shades at the end of the day. Some are big, some aren't, but where the enemies shine the brightest are in the boss battles. This is the most fun I had playing NieR, and it's still the same mashing of buttons, but defeating it just feels more rewarding than killing your average Joe. Now, since you're spamming the same button over and over again, you're bound to take a shitload of damage during battles. And during battles, I use a lot of meds to refill my health, and that could take some of the intensity of the battle away. But personally, it didn't really bother me. I'm about to show you my editing skills. Ready? Ready? So just like the story, the music is also good. Or the OST, or you get the fucking point. I've heard a lot of video game soundtracks, and I can say that this is one of the better ones. The music always captures the vibe of the place you're in. And you're like, hey, this isn't so bad. Maybe I can meet another woman, or something along those lines. Call me Johnny Sins, because I'm gonna fuck your brains out.
I'd like to see you try.
Yo.
What?
You're gay! On your first time, you will complete Route A, so yes, there are different endings. The adventure isn't really over. What are you, fucking stupid? The game has multiple routes, and is it worth your time reaching? Yes. Each will give you a new reason to want to listen to Juice WRLD. So after beating it for the first time, you load up your save file and you continue from the midpoint of the game. And let's just say your playthrough is gonna be really fucking different. Since NieR Replicant is very story driven, is that necessarily a bad thing? No, not really. But it did come at a cost of the gameplay. At some parts, the game becomes really slow. There's a few parts where you just fucking read for like 30 minutes and answer riddles. If you're a player looking for a game with gameplay that'll make you explode with semen, then you'll probably won't find this game all that enjoyable. But if you're a person looking for a real man story, something that'll make you cry for your mom's titty milk, then this game is fucking perfect. My time with this game was a straight up party in my pants, and with that being said, this game gets an A. Alright, my seed or seeds, if you're watching this with, a girlfriend, call me. Fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, subscribe.
Shut the fuck up.
Now I